Hi guys, hope you're all okay. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining me today for another video. So this is the first video on the VR-N7500 from Verotelecom. Now I've actually had this radio for a couple of months, and the reason I've not done a review on it yet is because I was waiting for an Android tablet to arrive because I ordered it to use with this radio. So that's why we're so delayed in doing the video. So I know there are other videos out there on this radio, but I thought I'd give you my take on it. So this is going to be the first in a series of videos on this radio. We are going to look at most, well, if not all of the features, settings and functions of this. We're going to do some testing, both at home and up on the local hill. And the reason this is quite an unusual radio is you may notice that there's actually no display on it. All you can see on the front is 3 LED lights. And I've not got a microphone plugged in, and there's a funny little device sat in front of the radio, which will all become clear as we go through this video. But this is a Bluetooth controlled radio, so the display is controlled by a tablet or a mobile phone. So at the time of filming, Android is just about finished, but iOS is fully functional, so that's why I'm using an Android tablet with this device. And basically this is the full controller, so your device serves as the full controller for the radio. So you can key up, you can engage the microphone, you can talk, you can send APRS, all sorts through the tablet. Again, all become clear as we go through the video, guys. But this is a really, really unusual and quite, I'd say, quite a groundbreaking little device. Okay, so you can see the transceiver unit in front of us here. It's quite a small radio. As I say, it's got no display, so it makes things a little bit smaller. So this radio is VHF and UHF. It covers 136 to 174 MHz on VHF and 400 to 470 MHz on UHF. So it will transmit on 2 meters and 70 centimeters, and obviously transmit and receive out of band as well. It has a high power of 50 watts on VHF and 40 watts on UHF, and the app allows 3 power settings of low, medium and high. Now you'll see there is a microphone socket and a fist mic there, so this can be plugged in and used as a normal microphone, and you can get extensions for this as well. And the little device you see in front of the radio is a Bluetooth PTT button, so this can be put on your steering wheel or on the gear shift of your car, and it allows you to key up safely. So basically the theory behind this is that it would send its display to the center console of modern cars nowadays, so you can control the radio from the car itself. Now I don't have a fancy car, so that's why I'm using a tablet, and we will go through the mobile setup in a future video. But the idea is that you'd install this in the boot of your car, or in the trunk if you're in America, or under the seat, and all that you'd have is the center console or your mobile phone and the PTT button, and you can operate the radio like that. So it's quite a covert and hidden install for a mobile radio. So what we're going to do in this video is we're just going to look at the specs on this radio, and we're going to go through the app. We're going to look at the settings that you can set up within the app, and we're going to look at putting a few channels in and giving it a quick test and see how well it works. Okay, so this is the tablet I'm using here. Now this is a really cheap Android tablet. I paid about £40 off eBay for this, and it works actually really well. You can see I've got some apps installed here, such as YouTube, Google Earth, Flight Radar, Zello, all that sort of stuff. And yeah, it works really well for a £40 app. For a £40 tablet. I was really impressed with it. It has Wi-Fi, it can take memory cards, all sorts of stuff. It takes a SIM card, it's got 4G. So yeah, it's a really, really impressive little device. But I've got this today to use with the radio that we've got behind us here. So what you need to do is install the app. Now there is a QR code on the instructions that come with the radio, which will take you to the Google Play Store or to the iOS Store. Now as I say, at the time of filming, iOS functionality is limited, but that is being worked on, so the full version of the app should be released for iOS this month, which is November if you're watching this in the future. So basically you can either scan the QR code or go to the website that's in the instructions, and you need to just download the app. Okay, so once you download and install the app, you'll see it on the screen there. It's called HT. And when you open it, it'll bring up a map. Now, we are going to cover this further down the line. We're just going to concentrate on the FM analog side of things at the moment. So what we need to do is pair a radio. So we've got the transceiver turned on here. You can see at the top there, we've got bind new device. Now, I haven't actually played with this radio at all yet, guys. So as I'm doing this, this is the first time I've actually done it. So we can sort of go through this and sort of learn together with this. So what we're going to do is I've had a quick look at the instruction manual. If we press power twice, you can see we get two flashing LEDs, and if we click on bind device and walkie-talkie, it will scan, and it's found the radio there. So if we click on that, it will then bind to the radio. So as you can see, that's brought up the radio here now, and you can see we've got a bank of empty channels. These are called regions, so you have multiple regions on this radio. This is region 1, so if we click at the top there, you can see we've got region 1, and we've got 16 empty channels. So to set up your channels, you go on settings, click on channel and region, and you can see I've already named a zone here as repeaters. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually delete that. I'm going to delete all the information out of here because I don't want these to sync to the device. I only want the name to sync to the device. And once those are all empty, you can click on save, sync that to the device, and if we go back to the main screen, you'll see we've got our first zone there as repeaters. If we go to channel 1, we can edit that channel. We can put the title in, so we'll have GB3MR. We'll put the transmit frequency, we'll put the receive frequency in, so it's 433.350. And then if we click on more, we can put our transmit frequency in, which is 434.950. We want to transmit CTCSS tone because it is a repeater, so it's 82.5 in this case, and then we'll just turn the power down to low. And if we click on save, you can see there that we've actually got the repeater programmed in. So you'll see we've got GB3MR on the screen, and we can either key up using the microphone plugged in, we can use the Bluetooth microphone, or if we click on the map, we can key up like so. You can see we've got the receive light on the transceiver. M3HHY testing GB3MR, M3HHY testing GB3 Mike Romeo. And as you can see, we had all the audio coming through the tablet itself, so we were transmitting and receiving through the tablet, through the transceiver. So that's really cool. So if we go back, we'll go on channel 2, edit, and we'll just put one more repeater in, so GB3PZ. The frequency is 430.900, and if we click on more again, put the transmit frequency in, select our CTCSS tone for transmit, turn our power down to low, click on save, and we can just click between these two separate repeaters here, and open them up. How great is that? It really is cool. So if you want to do another bank, so as I say, you can get 16 channels in here. If we want to do another bank, we can go on settings, channel and region, and we can go on new, and we can name this one Simplex, and you can edit the channels in here as well. So we'll call this one S20, frequency is 145.500, get the transmit power to low, and if we just click on more, then we can input the transmit frequency as well. We don't need to put a CTCSS tone, we'll keep the power set to low, and if we click on save, you can see we've got S20 in there, and we'll just save, sync that to the device, and you can see we've got our two channel regions on the screen there. And again, if we go back to here, and you can see we've got Simplex in here. So it really is as simple as that, and you can just select between your different regions at the top of the screen. We're just going to have a look at the settings. You can see we can change the volume, we can change the squelch level there, so Setting that to 0 opens a squelch. We've got all sorts of settings to do with devices such as PTTs, remote PTTs that you've got linked to this, the wired microphone. If we look at general settings, you can see we've got our timeout timer, all sorts of things here. Again, not going to go through these in massive detail because a lot of them are the same on any radio you buy, but we've got mic gain settings, wireless mic gain settings, power saving mode, auto power on, automatic shutdown. You can do resets here as well. There are firmware updates for this radio, so you can see we've got firmware update there. So we're on 0.3.7 there. When these come through, they just come straight through to the app and you can download them straight to the radio. If you buy one of these, when you power it on and get it set up, it will ask you to update the firmware, which is what I did first. And then we've got a full user manual link there, which takes you to the Verotelecom website. Another few features this radio has is Morse code, DTMF decode and APRS. Now we are going to cover this in part 2 because like I say, I'm going to do a series of videos on this, but I hope that gives you a quick overview of what this radio is all about. I think it's really impressive. It's great to see the technology moving forward like this and having fully Bluetooth controlled transceivers such as this with the Bluetooth display is just fantastic. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you have any comments, suggestions or questions, leave them in the box below. As I said, I'm going to be doing more videos on this where we'll go into a lot more detail, cover some of the other features. So this was just a bit of an overview video, but I hope you enjoyed it. And all that's left to say is 7-3. Thanks very much for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.